There was one night where I recall waking up suddenly, and across from my bed was a closet that was missing one door, and I had hung a curtain over the side of the closet without the door. I wasn't aware of what time it was. I was just frightened. I don't recall dreaming or anything like that. I was terrified, and I could make out a figure in there.
How far away is he from you? Like 5 feet?
No, he's right in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now so you get a good look at him now.
Yeah.
Describe him to me.
Small body. You can see his ribs. No hair. Smooth head. He doesn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
They number in the hundreds of thousands. Men and women who swear on their lives they have had extraordinary, inexplicable, sometimes invasive close encounters with aliens. Whether or not they are telling the truth is at the center of a worldwide controversy. Are alien visitations for real? And if there is life on other planets, have they been using Earth as a cosmic biology experiment? UFO and alien experts, as well as scientists who believe life exists beyond Earth but has yet to be found, are searching for clues and answers. This yearning also has prompted mainstream science to dedicate more and more time and money to the search for alien life. Armed with new findings from a grand array of telescopes and space probes, scientists are convinced that within the next 2 decades, they will be able to track down our closest ET neighbors, if they exist. Alien abduction proponents and their research subjects insist the aliens are already here. They point to the accounts of people such as Bob Smith and his mother Susan, who claim to have witnessed paranormal encounters with extraterrestrials. Sometimes the experiences are so traumatic. To find answers, those who believe they have encountered aliens turn to freelance abduction detectives like Budd Hopkins. Hopkins, an artist in New York City, became intrigued with UFOs more than 25 years ago. Ever since, he has devoted himself to investigating tales of alien encounters and abductions.
What I essentially say I can no longer disbelieve is the idea that we are being visited by some non-human intelligences who have an incredibly advanced technology. Where they come from, I have no idea, but that they are picking up human beings in a regular, almost a scheduled, repetitive series of procedures, which has a particular goal, that they are taking our DNA, sperm and ova samples, tissue samples and so forth, mixing it with their own and trying to produce some kind of hybrid mix.
The experiences of Bob, Susan, and the many others Budd Hopkins interviews convince him that aliens target specific families, often over a period of years, perhaps to maintain a genetic link among abductees. He also believes aliens do not cover their tracks and have left physical evidence of their presence.
The point is, if something physical is happening, which involves some kind of an incision, it's a logical question to ask, well, is there any sign of that after this is over? And in fact, there is. They fall in certain patterns over and over again. Patterns are generally the straight line cut, almost like a surgical cut. There are a number of other types of marks that turn up all the time. The scoop marks, which are generally roundish, which are a serious depression, sometimes large, sometimes small. How did you get that?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Where I don't know, actually. I don't know at all. Because it's so centered there.
Yeah,
it's just an interesting...
quite geometrically correct.
Yeah, it's right smack in the middle. So I think it's an interesting mark.
People who believe they've been abducted come from every walk of life, every class and race, virtually every nationality. Even the skeptical have come to understand that most of the abductees truly believe something has happened to them.
Are there any other memories, experiences from your childhood you want to bring up?
There was one night where I recall waking up suddenly. I wasn't aware of what time it was. I was shot up in bed. Across from my bed was a closet that was missing one door, and I had hung a curtain over the side of the closet without the door. I saw a small white hand grasp the curtain from the inside and pull it to the side as if to open it. And I could make out a figure in there. I was terrified. And I slammed the light switch and screamed at the top of my lungs, "No." The light came on. I recall being blinded by it, and I saw the curtain flop back into place. The next thing I remember is waking up flat on my back in bed, with the bedclothes on the floor, and it was already morning by this point. And I discovered a small scab in the corner of my eye, perfectly scabbed over a circle.
I'm curious about your feelings about that subject, of exploring this further.
Through hypnosis or any other method, I would actually be very interested. Because I'm conflicted. I really feel like something happens, has been happening, and will continue to happen that's not precedented by everyday life. But I'm also aware of the activity of my imagination.
Skeptics argue that the pervasive influence of TV, movies, books, and magazines about UFOs and aliens, and leading questions from investigators, are responsible for the elaborate stories spun.
The basic complaints that are made are that somehow I'm implanting these ideas, and that somehow rather we're leading the witness, and these witnesses are just sort of simple-minded pieces of putty in the hands of the hypnotist. Well, the point is that can be easily tested. All you have to do is to come to sit on a session and see whether in fact that's happening. That first instant will come clearly back to your mind, your memory. 1, you're lying in bed, something is going to change. 2, right on the edge now. 3, just tell me your emotions, your feelings, what you sense.
Scared.
Scared. At the time, this was very scary. You were scared, you wanted to go out the window. But I want to find out what you're scared of. I said you may see something, you may hear something, you may just sense something. Tell me, what is the first thing that you notice? Feel my hand.
Something moving.
Something moving. How far away is he from you? Like 5 feet?
No, he's right in front of me.
Okay, now so you get a good look at him now.
Yeah.
Describe him to me.
Small body, thin. You can see his ribs.
Is that through his shirt? You can see
No,
it?
he looks naked. No hair. Smooth head. He doesn't say anything. He's just looking at me.
You're going to feel a great sense of relief, too. One of the things about that relief is you realize that parts of your life, memories of whatever they are really, but clear memories, have been hidden from you or taken from you, and now you have them back. A person describes being in a room and aliens and so forth, and they say the only furniture in the room is a table. And I'm saying, now this is important. From where you're standing, can you just see 2 legs at the table or all 4 legs at the table? Now, no one has ever described a 4-legged table in the UFO experience. I'm using a simple example. This can be multiplied 1,000 times because An investigator with experience knows what the patterns are and can ask very subtle leading questions.